let me tell you something about having a bodyguard. It's not glamorous, it's not cool, and it's definitely not something I asked for. My name is River Chen, certified chaos magnet, heir to a fortune I didn't earn, and the proud owner of zero survival instincts. I don't want security, I don't need a babysitter, and I definitely don't need some 6-foot wall of muscle following me around campus like I'm made of glass. Except, apparently, my parents disagree. So here I am, first day of junior year, walking into school with him trailing 3 steps behind. Kieran Cross, ex-military, permanent scowl, the kind of guy who looks like he eats nails for breakfast and regrets nothing. He's wearing all black, arms crossed, and radiating "don't even breathe near me" energy. And me? I'm wearing a neon yellow hoodie and platform sneakers because if I'm going to be humiliated, I'm doing it in style. The second we walk through those doors, everyone stares, like full-on zombie apocalypse level staring. Someone actually drops their phone. I hear whispers, "Is that his bodyguard? Why does he need protection? Wait, is River Chen secretly a prince or something?" No, I'm just the son of 2 ridiculously paranoid CEOs who think the world is out to get me. Kieran doesn't even blink, just keeps walking, all stoic and intimidating, while I'm internally screaming. I spin around to face him in the hallway. Okay, new rule. You cannot follow me around like some kind of ominous shadow. People are gonna think I'm in witness protection. He raises one eyebrow. Barely. My job isn't to make you comfortable. It's to keep you alive. Sir, this is a school. The biggest threat here is cafeteria meatloaf. His jaw tightens. You'd be surprised what can happen in 18 seconds. 18 seconds? Who even talks like that? Before I can argue, he adds in that low, gravelly voice, "And for the record, I've read your file. You have a habit of climbing things you shouldn't, wandering into restricted areas, and nearly getting concussed at least twice a month. That's called living, Kieran. That's called liability. Fantastic. I've been assigned the world's grumpiest human being." Before we continue, hit that like button if you've ever had someone in your life who annoyed you so much they became attractive. And if you're emotionally stable, unlike me, subscribe. Maybe my chaos will balance out your zen. All right, back to my personal nightmare. The first week is torture. Kieran is everywhere, waiting outside my classes, standing by my locker, sitting 3 tables away at lunch like some kind of brooding gargoyle. I tried to ditch him once, sneak out through the back of the library, and he appears out of nowhere. He teleported. "Going somewhere?" he asks, arms crossed. I clutch my chest dramatically. "Are you tracking me?" "Yes." "That's illegal. Your parents signed a waiver." I want to scream. Instead, I march past him, muttering things I probably shouldn't say out loud. But here's the thing. Between all the scowling and the hovering, I start noticing stuff. Like how he always positions himself between me and crowds. Or how he carries an extra granola bar because I forget to eat. Or that one time when some guy got too aggressive asking for my number, and Kieran just appeared. All 6 foot something of intimidation, and the guy practically evaporated. After that, Kieran mutters, "You need better friends." I don't have friends. I have you, my glorified stalker. He almost smiles. Almost. Lucky you. And that's when it gets dangerous, because my brain, the absolute traitor, starts finding him attractive. Like, okay, yes, he's objectively good-looking in that sharp-jawed, dark eyes, I could bench press a car kind of way, but it's more than that. It's the way he notices things, the way he's always there. I try to ignore it. I really do. Then comes the day that changes everything. Week 3, and I've developed a brilliant strategy, annoying Kieran until he cracks. It's become my favorite hobby. I start small, walking extra slow, taking the longest possible routes between classes, stopping to pet every dog we pass. He never complains, just follows with that same unreadable expression. But one afternoon, I'm feeling particularly chaotic. There's this little indie bookstore I love, and I suddenly veer off course towards it. "Where are you going?" Kieran asks, voice tight. "Bookstore. I need a new read." "That's not on the approved route." "Well, consider this an amendment." I push through the door, and the little bell chimes. He follows, of course, but something's different. He's looking around like he's never seen a bookstore before, all tense and alert like the poetry section might attack us. I'm browsing the fantasy shelf when I notice him staring at the military history section, like actually staring. There's this look on his face, soft, almost vulnerable. "You like history?" I ask. He blinks, the mask snapping back into place. I should check the exits. "Kieran," I walk over, tilting my head. "Do you even know how to relax?" "That's not in my job description." "Humor me. Pick a book. Any book." He looks at me like I've suggested we rob a bank. But then, and I swear this is the cutest thing I've ever seen, he reaches out and picks up a book about World War II aircraft. His fingers are gentle on the cover, almost reverent. "You really love this stuff," I said softly. "He used to want to be a pilot," he admits. So quiet, I almost miss it. "Before..." He doesn't finish, but I don't push. Instead, I grab the book from his hands and march to the counter. "What are you doing?" he asks. "Buying it. For you." "River, you don't have to." "Too late. Already decided." I hand over my card with a grin. Considerate payment for putting up with me. When we leave, he's holding that book like it's made of gold, and there's this tiny smile on his face. Barely there, but I see it, and my heart does that stupid fluttery thing. "Thank you," he says. "Don't get used to it. I'm still a brat." I know, and this time the smile reaches his eyes. If you're still watching, drop a like because we're about to get into the really good stuff. A week later, something happens that I definitely don't expect. It's raining, absolutely pouring, and I forgot my umbrella because, of course I did. I'm standing under the school awning, watching the parking lot turn into a lake when Kieran appears with an umbrella. "Come on," he says. "I can wait it out. You'll be here for an hour. Let's go." So we walk to his car, sharing the umbrella, and it's one of those movie moments where we're way too close and I can smell his cologne and my brain is malfunctioning. We make it to the car, both slightly damp, and he starts driving. But instead of heading to my place, he takes a different turn. Where are we going?" "Somewhere," he says cryptically. "Kieran Cross, are you kidnapping me?" "Technically, I'm paid to keep me with you at all times, so no." We end up at this little hole-in-the-wall ramen place, the kind with mismatched chairs and a menu written in chalk. It's cozy and warm and smells incredible. "How did you find this place?" I ask as we sit down. "He do recon of the area. Found it last week." He shrugs. "Thought you'd like it." My heart, deceased. We order, and while we wait, something shifts. Maybe it's the rain outside or the warm lighting or the fact that we're in this little bubble away from school and parents and expectations. But Kieran starts talking. Like actual conversation. He tells me about growing up with 3 sisters, about how he learned to braid hair and paint nails because they used him as practice, about joining the military at 18 because he wanted to make his mom proud. And I tell him about being lonely growing up, about how my parents love me but they don't really know me, about how I act out sometimes just to see if they'll notice. "They notice," Kieran says quietly. "That's why I'm here." "Do you think I'm spoiled?" I ask, playing with my napkin. He considers this. "I think you're someone who's been protected from everything except being lonely. And that's the worst thing to protect someone from." I look up, and he's watching me with this expression that makes my chest tight. "You get it," I whisper. "Yeah, I do." The ramen arrives, and it's the best thing I've ever tasted, but honestly, I barely notice because I'm too busy stealing glances at Kieran, who's doing the same thing. When we leave, the rain stopped, and there's this perfect sunset breaking through the clouds. We're walking to the car when I step in a puddle and slip. Kieran catches me. Of course he does, and suddenly we're standing there. His arms around me, faces way too close. "Careful," he murmurs. "You're always catching me," I say, slightly breathless. "That's literally my job." "Right, your job." But neither of us moves. The moment stretches, electric and terrifying and perfect. Then his phone rings, shattering everything. He steps back, answers it professionally, and we get in the car. But I can still feel the warmth of his arms around me the whole ride home.
Hit that subscribe button if you've ever had a moment that was almost a kiss but wasn't, and it drove you absolutely insane. Things get complicated after that, because now I'm hyper aware of every little thing. The way his hand brushes mine when he hands me something, how he actually laughs at my dumb jokes, the way he says my name, all soft and careful, like it matters. I'm in deep, like catastrophically deep. Then comes the day, the one that changes absolutely everything. I'm at this house party I definitely shouldn't be at. I snuck out, turned off my phone, the whole rebellious rich kid package. I'm 2 drinks in, feeling invincible, when someone spikes the punch bowl. Things get blurry fast. I'm stumbling outside, head spinning, and suddenly there's a guy I don't know pulling me toward his car. I try to say no, my mouth isn't working right. And then, like something out of an action movie, Kieran is there. He moves so fast I barely process it. 1 second, the guy's grabbing my arm. The next, he's on the ground, and Kieran's standing over him with a look that could shatter steel. "Touch him again," Kieran says, voice ice cold, "and you'll need more than an ambulance." Then he turns to me, and his expression shifts. Still serious, but softer. Scared, even. "Can you walk?" I nod, even though I absolutely cannot. He sighs, lifts me up like I weigh nothing, and carries me to his car. The whole ride back, I'm half asleep against the window, mumbling apologies. "You could have been hurt," he says quietly, knuckles white on the steering wheel. You came for me?" I whisper. "I'll always come for you." His voice cracks. "Do you understand that? Always." My heart does a full gymnastics routine. He takes me home, makes sure I drink water, leaves aspirin on my nightstand, and before he leaves, he crouches by my bed and just looks at me. Really looks at me. "You scared me tonight," he whispers. "I've been in war zones and nothing scared me like seeing you like that." I reach out, fingers brushing his cheek. "I'm sorry. Just stay safe. For me." "Okay," I promise. He catches my hand, holds it for a moment, then leaves, and I fall asleep holding the note he left. Drink water, take the aspirin, and next time you want to do something stupid, at least tell me first. K. The next morning, I wake up feeling like death, but there's a text waiting for me. "How's the headache?" On a scale of 1 to 10, yes. "Drink more water. I'll pick you up in an hour." It's Saturday. I know. When he shows up, he's wearing jeans and a Henley instead of his usual tactical gear, and I nearly choke on my water. He looks normal, approachable, stupidly attractive. "We're going out," he announces.
Are you asking or telling? Telling. You need fresh air and breakfast. He takes me to this diner that makes pancakes the size of my head. We sit in a booth in the back, and he orders for both of us without asking because apparently he's memorized my regular order, which is both creepy and adorable. "So," I say, drowning my pancakes in syrup, "you stalked me enough to know my breakfast order?" It's called being observant, part of the job. Everything's part of the job with you. He goes quiet, pushing his eggs around his plate. Then he says, "Not everything." My fork freezes halfway to my mouth. "What?" He looks up, and there's something in his eyes that makes my breath catch. Last night, when I got the alert that you'd left your house, I wasn't thinking like a bodyguard. I was thinking like... He stops, jaw tight. "Like what?" I whisper. "Like someone who cares about you. Too much." Oh. The air between us shifts, heavy with everything we're not saying. I want to reach across the table, want to tell him I feel it too, but the waitress chooses that exact moment to refill our coffee, and the moment breaks. We finish breakfast talking about safer things, movies, music, why I think pineapple belongs on pizza, and he thinks I'm a monster, but that tension never fully goes away. If you're still here, smash that subscribe button because this story is about to get messy in the best way. The weeks that follow are a weird mix of torture and bliss, because now we both know. We know there's something here, something real, but neither of us knows how to navigate it. He starts leaving little things for me. A coffee on my desk with too much sugar, just how I like it, a jacket in my locker when it gets cold, post-it notes with reminders, stop climbing on roofs, eat something that isn't candy, you're still a brat. And I start testing boundaries, leaning a little too close when we talk, stealing his hoodies. They're huge on me and smell like him, and I am never giving them back. Texting him memes at 2 a.m. just to see if he'll respond.
He always does, usually with "go to sleep" followed by an eye roll emoji he definitely had to Google how to use. One day, I find him sitting in his car in the school parking lot during lunch, and he looks stressed, like really stressed. I knock on the window and he startles, which for someone with his training is saying something. "You good?" I ask, sliding into the passenger seat uninvited. "Fine." Liar. "What's wrong?" He sighs, running a hand through his hair. "Your parents want to assign a second bodyguard. They think I'm getting too comfortable." My stomach drops. What? Someone reported that we've been going off route, getting food together, spending too much time. He stops. "They think I'm not doing my job properly." "That's ridiculous. You literally saved me from—" "I know." His voice is tight. "But they're not wrong. I am getting comfortable. Too comfortable." We sit in silence for a moment. Then I say, quietly, "Would that be so bad?" He turns to look at me, and the expression on his face is pure agony. "River, if I cross that line, I lose this job. And if I lose this job, I lose you. I can't lose you." My heart shatters and rebuilds itself in the same second. "So what do we do?" I whisper. "I don't know." That night, I'm lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out how we got here. How someone I couldn't stand 3 months ago became the person I can't imagine not having in my life. My phone buzzes. "Kieran, you awake?" "Unfortunately." "Kieran, come to your window." I practically trip over my own feet getting there. When I pull back the curtain, Kieran's standing in my backyard, hands in his pockets, looking up at me. I open the window. "What are you doing? You're supposed to be off duty." "Couldn't sleep," he calls up, "and I know you couldn't either." "How do you know that?" "Because I know you." My heart does that thing again. You know the thing. "Come down," he says. I should say no. I should be smart about this. Instead, I grab a hoodie, his hoodie, and climb down the trellis, which is probably exactly the kind of reckless behavior he's always warning me about. He catches me at the bottom, hands on my waist, steadying me. "You're going to give me a heart attack one day," he mutters. Keeps life interesting. We end up sitting on the grass, backs against the house, shoulders touching. The night is clear, stars everywhere, and it feels like we're the only two people in the world. "Tell me something," I say. "Something real." He's quiet for so long, I think he will answer. Then he says, "I was engaged once, before the military." I turn to look at him, but he's staring straight ahead. "What happened?" "He left for deployment. She left for someone else." He shrugs, like it doesn't matter, but I can hear the hurt underneath. "She was wrong," I say fiercely. He looks at me then, surprised. "How do you know that?" "Because I'm in. You let me in." Something in his expression cracks open. "Yeah," he says softly. "I did. Didn't even realize it was happening until it was too late." "Is it too late?" I whisper. He reaches over, takes my hand, threads our fingers together. I don't know. Maybe, probably, but I can't seem to care anymore. We sit like that, hands clasped, hearts racing, until the first hint of dawn starts to color the sky. And even though nothing's solved, even though everything is still complicated, this moment feels perfect. Drop a like if you've ever had a 3 a.m. conversation that changed your life. And comment, do you think they should risk it all? Because I'm living this and I still don't know. Monday morning brings chaos in the form of a very unexpected person, my mother. She shows up at school, my mother, who never shows up anywhere with 3 assistants and a scheduling conflict, and asks to speak with Kieran, privately. I'm freaking out, like full-on panic mode. I pace outside the principal's office for 20 minutes until Kieran comes out, face carefully blank. "What happened? Are you fired? Am I getting a new bodyguard? I swear I'll run away if—" "Breathe," he says, and there's something in his voice I can't read. "Kieran, please. Your mother wants to meet with me weekly to discuss your progress." "My progress?" "She noticed you've been happier, more engaged at school, making better choices." He pauses. "She thinks I'm doing a good job." The relief hits me so hard I actually sway. "Oh, thank God, I thought—" "River." He steps closer, voice low. "She also asked me if I had feelings for you." My heart stops. "What did you say?" I told her the truth. "Which is?" He looks at me, really looks at me, and says that keeping you safe is the most important thing in my life, and that I'd never do anything to compromise that. It's not a declaration of love. It's not even really an answer, but somehow it's everything. That afternoon, we're in the car, and I'm still processing. Finally, I say, "You didn't actually answer her question, did you?" He glances at me, a smile tugging at his lips. "I'm trained in evasion tactics." "Kieran." "River, do you have feelings for me?" He pulls into an empty parking lot, kills the engine, and turns to face me. "You really have to ask that. I need you to hear you say it." He reaches over, cups my face with one hand, gentle, like I'm something precious. "I have so many feelings for you, I don't know what to do with them all. I think about you constantly. I worry about you. I memorize the way you laugh. I keep every stupid note you leave in my car." I take a breath. "You've gotten under my skin in a way no one ever has, and it terrifies me. Because if something happened to you, if I failed to protect you, I don't think I'd survive it. I'm pretty sure I've stopped breathing. I have to clear my throat. That's a lot of feelings." "Yeah." "For the record," I say, voice shaking, "I have feelings too. Big ones, the kind that make me do stupid things like climb out windows at 2 a.m. just to sit with you." "That was stupid," he agrees. "I'd do it again." "I know you would. That's the problem." We're close now. So close I can count his eyelashes. And this time there's no phone call, no interruption, no reason to pull away. "Kieran," I whisper. "Yeah?" "Are you going to kiss me or not?" He laughs, soft and low, and his lips are on mine, and the whole world tilts sideways. It's soft at first, testing, like he's afraid I'll disappear, but when I grab his shirt and pull him closer, something shifts. The kiss deepens, and suddenly the whole world narrows down to just this. His hands in my hair, my pulse racing, the feeling of finally being exactly where I'm supposed to be. When we break apart, both breathing hard, he rests his forehead against mine. "Still think I'm a brat?" I whisper. "Absolutely."
"And you can't resist me?" He smirks. "Not even a little bit." If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button because the story's not over yet, and trust me, you'll want to see what happens next. For about 2 weeks, everything is perfect. Secret kisses in his car, held hands under tables, stolen moments in empty hallways. It's like living in a dream. And then the bomb drops. I'm in calculus when I get called to the principal's office. Kieran's already there, standing rigid, and there's a man in a suit I don't recognize. "Mr. Chen," the principal says, "this is Agent Morrison from FBI." The man interrupts. "We need to talk about a credible threat against your family." My blood runs cold. Apparently there's been chatter online, threats against my parents' company, and by extension, me. They're taking it seriously, very seriously. "We recommend increased security, possibly relocating River until we can neutralize the threat." "No," I say immediately. Everyone looks at me. I'm not leaving, I'm not hiding. I have school, I glance at Kieran. I have a life here. "River," my mom says via video call on the principal's laptop, "we need to keep you safe." I am safe. Kieran keeps me safe. Agent Morrison looks skeptical. "With all due respect, one bodyguard against a potential organized threat is more than enough," Kieran interrupts, voice hard. "I've handled worse with less. If River wants to stay, he stays. I'll keep him safe." There's steel in his voice, the kind that says he'll fight anyone who tries to take me away. My mom looks between us and something in her expression softens. "All right, but Kieran, you're getting a team. 3 additional security personnel effective immediately." Kieran nods once. "Understood." When everyone leaves, it's just us in the hallway. I'm shaking, the reality of it all crashing down. "Hey," Kieran says softly, pulling me into an empty classroom. "Look at me." I do, and there are tears on my face I didn't even realize were there. "Nothing is going to happen to you," he says firmly. "Do you understand? Nothing. I won't let it." "You can't promise that. Watch me." He pulls me into his arms, and I let myself break down just for a moment into the safety of his embrace. "I've got you. Always." Hit that like button if you're emotionally devastated right now, because same. The next few weeks are intense. There are now 4 people following me everywhere. Kieran's still in charge, but there's Marcus, a guy built like a tank, and 2 others who rotate shifts. The school's on high alert. Everyone's staring even more than before. And through it all, Kieran never leaves my side. But here's the thing that no one tells you about danger. It makes you brave, reckless even. One night, after a particularly long day of being watched and guarded and treated like I might shatter, I text Kieran. "Me, I need to get out, just for an hour, please." Kieran. "River, you know we can't." "1 hour, just you and me, I'm losing my mind." There's a long pause, then, Kieran. "Meet me at the back door, 10 minutes, and wear dark clothes."
Is he seriously about to break protocol for me? Yes, he is. We sneak out like teenagers in a movie, which technically I am, and he drives us to this lookout point overlooking the city. It's beautiful and quiet and feels like the first time I've breathed in weeks. This is a terrible idea, he says, but he's smiling. The best ones usually are. We sit on the hood of his car, shoulders touching, watching the city lights. Thank you, I say quietly, for breaking every rule in my contract, for seeing me, not just a job or a responsibility, but as me. He turns to look at me, and in the moonlight, he looks almost vulnerable. You were never just a job, River, not from the start, if I'm honest. Really? Really? You walked into that school in that ridiculous yellow hoodie, looked at me like I was a problem you had to solve, and something in my chest just clicked. I knew right then I was in trouble. I leaned my head on his shoulder. For what it's worth, I think I fell for you when you bought me that granola bar, week 1, remember? He laughs. That's your love origin story, a granola bar? Hey, it was the good kind. We sit there for an hour just talking and existing and being normal, and when he drops me back home, he walks me to the door and kisses me goodnight like this is a real date, like we're real people with a real relationship. Because we are. Subscribe if you believe love is worth the risk, because after everything, I do. 2 months later, they catch the guy making the threats, some disgruntled ex-employee with more bark than bite. The threat level drops. The extra security leaves. And it's just Kieran again. So, I say one afternoon, sitting in our usual spot behind the gym, now what? What do you mean? The threat's gone. Do you still need to be here? He's quiet for a long moment. Then he says, your parents asked me to stay on until you graduate, if I want to. Do you? Want to? He pulls me closer, arm around my shoulders. River, I'm not going anywhere. Even if they fired me, I'd probably just lurk around your school like a creep until you agreed to keep seeing me. I laugh, burying my face in his shoulder. That's the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me. I'm excellent at romance. You're really not. Hey, I got you to fall for me, didn't I? Bold of you to assume you got me. Pretty sure I got you. He grins, and it's that soft smile that's just for me. Yeah, you really did. If you made it this far, thank you for surviving this emotional roller coaster with me. Hit that subscribe button if you believe love can start anywhere, even with someone hired to keep you alive. Drop a comment. Would you fall for your bodyguard? Because honestly, 10 out of 10 would accidentally catch feelings again. The story doesn't end there, by the way, because dating your bodyguard when everyone at school knows, that's its own adventure. But here's what I learned. Sometimes the person who's meant to protect you ends up being the person who sees you, really sees you. Sometimes the scariest thing isn't the threat outside, but the risk of opening your heart. And sometimes the best relationships are the ones that start with someone thinking you're a brat. Spoiler alert, I'm still a brat, but I'm his brat, and he wouldn't have it any other way. Final reminder, hit that subscribe button, share the story if it made you feel something, and remember, sometimes the person who drives you craziest is the person you're meant to love. Until next time, stay safe, stay chaotic, and maybe give the grumpy people in your life a chance. They might just surprise you.